On the heels of a spectacular Impact World title match this evening in Chicago, this is your Impact Post Show. I'm Hannifan, he's Rehwoldt. Things quickly got out of control. A lot of the parties of the 8-man tag team matchup this Sunday at Emergence were banned from ringside. First Shelley versus Myers, also Sabin versus Samurai del Sol, and things still got completely out of hand. But before we dive into what happened in our main event, we want to touch on what's going down this Sunday at Emergence. The Knockouts World Championship will be on the line in Toronto. Trinity defending against Deonna Purrazzo in the Virtuosos contractual rematch. The last 2 weeks, we've seen both of them gain singles victories and also watching each other all the while. What did you take away from both those victories for Purrazzo and Trinity?
Well, for one, I talked about this on broadcast. Deonna Purrazzo, and we both noted it, in that match with Kylan King, kind of came in a little extra attitude, a little extra aggression, a little extra something under the hood there for that one, because she knows this one. She knows what's on the line. And when Deonna Purrazzo is chasing a championship, we know how good she is when she holds a championship. She is extra motivated to climb that mountaintop at all times. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Trinity, I absolutely think was an incredible thing to just days away from that title defense at Emergence, putting herself into a very competitive situation. Great matchup with Jody Threat. Shows a lot of gusto, shows a lot of confidence as champion. So I think there's a lot of confidence coming out of both competitors heading into that one.
For Deonna Purrazzo, she heads back to Toronto, the Rebel Entertainment Complex, the site of Rebellion earlier this year, where she captured her 3rd Knockouts World Championship. On the flip side, could that be the place where Trinity's lone Knockouts World title reign comes to an end? We talked about it on the broadcast. It's one thing to win the title, but if you're a one-hit wonder, was it all worth it for Trinity?
I'm not necessarily a suspicious person, but that's a good building for Deonna Purrazzo. There's a lot of good juju in the air, if you will, and you know me, my hat is firmly in the corner of the Virtuoso.
Also this Sunday at Emergence, we learned earlier on tonight that we will see a no disqualification match between Eric Young and Diener. It's been made official. The challenge was put out by Diener for this particular match. We understand Eric Young is good to go. Frankly, this is just going to get ugly. I know it from the start. And listen, these are two men who've literally tried to end each other.
Yeah, and it has to end. I don't even know if no disqualification, a match where there are no rules, you can do anything you want. As long as the match ends up in that ring one way or another, you can do anything in the meantime. I don't even know if that'll be enough to contain these two. We've talked about it before, man. Diener is someone who's literally like a spawn of Eric Young. Created in his, we heard that from Diener tonight, created in his image. And when Diener is truly unleashed, which I don't even know if we've seen the full potential of Diener, and maybe it comes out in Emergence, and maybe Eric Young isn't aware of what that truly has evolved to.
I think he is, and we'll see if Young is able to deal with the design this Sunday at Emergence. When we come back here on the Impact Post Show, a lot of matches tonight. We're circling around the 8-man tag team matchup going down this Sunday at Emergence. We're going to dive into Sabin versus Samurai del Sol, and also the Impact World title match.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Impact Wrestling presents Emergence, streaming live Sunday, August 27th.
Once again, a huge thank you to the fans here in Chicago. We will be back October 21st for our biggest pay-per-view of the year, Bound for Glory, and all the fallout on October 22nd. Tickets are on sale now at ImpactWrestling.com. This has been so much fun the last few weeks, and it was so much fun to finally see the debut in Impact for Samurai del Sol, someone you and I know very, very well. He was supposed to compete in that 6-man tag team match a few weeks ago. What did you think of his performance against Chris Sabin?
I mean, look, Samurai del Sol showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of fire. We've both seen that from him over the years and years and years. But the highlight of this match to me, is the attitude of Chris Sabin.
Yes.
The way he came into this one, the way he competed was different than he often competes. There is a fire underneath Chris Sabin that has been lit. and I think has been, I don't even think I know has been led by Lio Rush.
And Lio Rush, even before he attacked Chris Sabin before the bell at Slammiversary and took the X Division Championship when, frankly, Chris Sabin was in no medical condition to defend himself, defend the championship that night. It's the way Lio Rush swooped in Atlanta, jumped Sabin from behind. Sabin believes in doing things a certain way. He's an old school traditional guy, and Lio Rush is anything but that. So I'm very excited to see those two, especially competing in the 8-man tag team matchup this Sunday at Emergence. All other parties involved in that matchup were barred from ringside during Sabin versus Samurai del Sol. The same could be said for our main event this evening that we saw. The Impact World Championship was on the line. Alex Shelley once again defending the title this week. He just did it against Hiroshi Tanahashi a few days ago, this past Sunday on Fight at Multiverse United 2, for whom the bell tolls. Had to do it again tonight against Brian Myers. Everybody else is banned from ringside. Hell of a matchup, hell of an ovation from the fans here in Chicago.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Alex Shelley has proven himself numerous times now to be a fighting champion, willing to take on any and all comers, big matches, small matches. He's willing to give these chances to almost anybody. Good for him for taking on this match with Brian Myers. And as you mentioned, I mean, everybody in that 8-man tag at Emergence was banned from ringside during the match. And I think that was the key phrase that we all kind of found out, because it seemed like literally seconds after that bell rang, milliseconds even, the rest of that whole fray comes into the picture.
Well, and especially Bully Ray, who you even reported at the top of the broadcast.
I didn't see him anywhere.
Didn't see him all day. Was trying to lure PCO away and then executing this attack at the end of the night with Moose. Myers obviously getting involved.
So are you telling me Bully Ray lied? Oh,
shocker.
Shocking, I know.
Shocker of the
Good
century.
God.
Alexander and Kushida getting involved, however, in the melee, coming to the aid of Alex Shelley. Listen, we talked about it. It's the haves versus the have-nots here in Impact Wrestling. There are individual vendettas, like you talked about with Sabin and Lio Rush over the X Division Championship. But we talked about it during the broadcast. The amount of avenues that there are to the Impact World Championship, not only for those who have a guaranteed title shot like Kushida, have the X Division title like Lio Rush, have a gripe that they never lost the title like Josh Alexander.
True.
But then Bully, who's wanted to humiliate this company for a while and become a 3-time Impact World Champion. Myers nearly captured the title tonight. Moose was on top of this company for the bulk of 6 months at one point. That was spoiled by Josh Alexander. I have a feeling this is just going to absolutely explode at Emergence.
Yeah, good luck to anybody trying to control this matchup. Again, a lot of hard feelings on the side of Bully Ray, Moose, Myers, Lio Rush. They are going to do, and we know what they're capable of. We know what they're willing to do to get the end of their means. And so when they have their opponents, like you said, the haves, if you will, here in Impact Wrestling, they will do anything and everything to humiliate them and send a message to everybody and to Impact Management.
I am very excited for what goes down this Sunday. Josh Alexander competing once again in his hometown of Toronto alongside Time Machine. They face Bully Ray, Moose, Myers, and the X Division champion Lio Rush at Emergence. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you in Toronto.